keep boats on there, especially the people who have riverfront property. How do we go about maintaining a resource out there instead of having it all fill in, I guess? Land use. The goal, everybody on that page, right? That's page 4. Lowell promote a walkable community with stable neighborhoods, conveniently located in public, commercial, and service uses. Mike?
I didn't answer the first one after reading all of the comments about the walks and stuff, like the walks and the trails. I don't know if we need to revise, put more focus on that with everyone's comments on that. And then I had for B, keep, C, keep, D I had, let's see, I wrote remove, but I can't find my note right now why I did that. So I will not make a comment on D right now.
Yeah, I think we should keep them all.
Yeah, I made a note when I turned it in that you could probably combine A and C. And then for B, when it talked about receiving special attention, pedestrian crosses in the downtown, I didn't know what that meant. Special attention, like priority.
The problem we have with that is it's a highway. And
Right.
I think we have to, correct me if I'm wrong, Andy, we'd have to build a structure to go over. We can't.
Well, if we're talking about just crossing Main Street, I mean, we can work with MDOT on improved crosswalks. I mean, there have been some of those conversations historically. You could argue whether or not enough has been done, but certainly, I don't think we necessarily have to go over. There's additional striping, signalization, et cetera, that the city could advocate for at specific locations to kind of facilitate pedestrian movement across Main Street. If that's what you're referring to here. That's under item C, right? Are you talking about across the river?
Street.
The pedestrian crossings
Yeah, so,
at the river.
yeah, so I think that refers to crossing Main Street, not crossing the river, right? So, maybe that's an MDOT question.
Yeah.
But I think that there's room, and there's, when you're dealing with a lot of those agencies, having specific priorities in here, or a desire or policy in here that says you want to calm traffic, you want to improve pedestrian circulation, you want additional crosswalks, you want hawk signals or whatever. Those are all things that you have to have it in your plan to even start that conversation sometimes. So if that's a priority for you all and for the city, then I think we should maintain something like that.
D.
No, that's okay. The only thing I had was that A and C could probably be combined as well. And I agree on B, it needs work.
D says new development in the city will be encouraged to located. Is that
Probably to be located
to be
in.
located?
Yeah.
Okay. I had pretty much keep them all as well.
Okay.
The bottom of that page, the goal, will work with adjacent communities to develop a compatible land use pattern that will promote the regional community cooperating with, but independent of the Grand Rapids metropolitan area. Mike?
I was keep.
Keep them all?
Yes.
Yeah, keep.
Son?
I had a minor revision for C, just about looking out for the best interests of our city. So
Yeah,
instead of regional concern to the Lowell area communities.
Okay.
yeah, I was fine with all three of them.
Likewise, we're okay with that as well. Okay, page 5, transportation. The goal will maintain a transportation network that is sensitive to the land uses it serves, protects the integrity of residential neighborhoods, and promotes safety within all areas of the city. Yeah, Mike?
Yep, it was keep on all three as well.
Don't know what they can do, but keep it.
John?
Yeah, I'd keep.
And Nicole?
Yeah, I had notes wondering if we needed to update some of the examples of improvement areas. I wasn't sure if those listed examples, I know Hudson Street's still an issue, but I wasn't sure if Bowes Road was, or the Snow Avenue Bridge. I don't know if that's still even a thing that's on anybody's radar. And then I also had a note if maybe it was possible to add something about looking into some options for public transportation. Or if that's just outside the scope of what the city can do.
It is not outside the scope of what the city can do, so if there is, so there are options. So yeah, I mean, if there's an interest in that, we should talk about it. Yeah, we'll mention it in here.
Would Grand Rapids, the Rapid or get a station out here?
Yeah, I mean, you could consider, I mean, so you could go, you know, think big and think like a, you know, like a hub of, you know, transportation hub here, whether it's a DRT, rail or whatever, or it could be even something as simple as like, you know, just improving, you know, that kind of dialogue with them and figuring out how they can best serve the community, what the needs are, whether it's, you know, demand response service, micro transit, fixed route, what the need is, things like that. So yeah, if there's interest in improving access to mass transit options out here, then we should mention it in the plan.
I think it's worth looking into because I do know that there's quite a few that would benefit from it.
The next goal, promote an appropriate image of the community, will maintain an attractive appearance at the major entrances to the city and along its principal transportation corridors. Start down with you again.
Yeah, I mean, I'm keep for all of it, for all three. I just wasn't sure if that would be more like park style, like the entryways, kind of stuff like that. But I'm all for making sure at the end, you know, the sign and all the landscape, but you know, signs and all that for sure. Yes.
Yes, keep.
I'd keep as is for all.
I wasn't sure if C was a priority to have a gateway marking the entry to downtown. I like the idea of having one marking an entrance to the city. I didn't know if we needed anything actually marking an entrance to downtown itself. I felt like that was a pretty low priority compared to other things that are happening. That felt like a nice to have.
Yeah. I thought, now these are just, we're spending ideas here.
Right.
Get the Lowell Arts Council in on painting or creating a mural of some sort on the entrances to the city or even the downtown districts, you know, just see if we want to involve them some way. That was the plan, and keep them all, in my opinion, as well. Page 6, housing. Goal, the city, through proper zoning and other appropriate measures, will facilitate opportunities for the provision of adequate amounts of quality, affordable homes for younger families and seniors. Like,
Yeah, keep for sure.
Yeah, keep.
So I questioned A, again, because it seemed, we're going to vigorously pursue a program to increase the population of the city. Is that our vision? Because a lot of that feedback said we like Lowell because it's safe, it's small, it's historic. Do we envision it in the master plan, 25 years from now, Lowell is double in population?
I felt like that
It seems
seemed a
contradictory.
little outdated to like, maybe the city limits weren't necessarily needing to increase in population anymore.
I highlighted vigorously too, I was like,
Yeah.
ooh,
Yeah.
this is some action.
Yeah.
That word.
Yeah, increasing the population is maybe not what we need. Increasing affordable housing felt like more of what we needed than increasing the population within the city.
This one kind of reflects, I think, the era that it was written a little bit. This was a 07 plan. So, I mean, you don't really need to create a demand for housing at
Right.
this point in time.
We need to
The
create
challenges
the
in
housing.
2024 are different. So you might need to modernize that one a little bit.
And vigorously word, I didn't like that word at all. Nicole, anything else?
No.
I would revise that first one and keep the second.
Yes.
Next goal, the city will monitor housing conditions and seek the means when needed to provide assistance in maintaining older homes. Keep them?
I got an old house.
What?
I got an old house.
Yeah.
Should we maintain it?
Yeah, keep it done. How is, I made a note, okay, how will we monitor this? I mean, yeah, how and who was my main concern on how do we do this. I think we need to make sure our historical district keeps up, but who's doing it, where's the responsibility fall? In this, we could have all kinds of rules, who's gonna, help or, enforce it. And page 7, community service. It says, the city will maintain a level of services that is appropriate to the funds available to provide those services.
I had possible revise just with the schools in there. I wasn't sure if the city and the schools, I don't know, it just seemed kind of weird that they're both together on this. I mean, I'm for it. I don't know if we need to revise it but I was keep for both.
This was written back when the city or the schools kind of owned Unity and this other development there too, so, I mean, they are a presence in our community.
Yes.
I would totally eliminate them, but
Yeah, I didn't mean like that. I don't know if
My notes say, I like the sentiment, the wording is a little clunky, like, I like what we're going for here, I wasn't sure that the wording of this was what we needed.
Yeah, keep.
keep.
You do that.
John?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd keep.
And Nicole, anything else?
Nope, that was it.
Any other additional comments?
Were there any goals or objectives or anything that any of you wrote down that weren't as a reaction to what was listed here? So like, I think in the one that Colin sent me, he had some comments that, they were just, there were it'd be like a new goal or a new objective or a new topic. Is there anything like that as you came through this, or as you read the report, you felt that that this document with these changes would not address something?
Just that one that under community image, maintaining the waterway.
Mm-hmm.
Either working with King Milling, I know they have the rights for the gates and stuff, and just somehow getting on the same page with King Milling, Eagle, getting us all together to say, okay, how can we best serve this resource that we have in Lowell?
Yeah, I had the new objective for trying to figure out some sort of public transportation, something. Thought I had one more new objective, but maybe not. I think that was it.
Anybody else? Okay.
So what we will do is, I will collect your worksheets, or again, if you don't have, if you typed it up or anything, just email it to me. So I'm gonna take all this, I'm gonna present you guys next month with goals and objectives that are updated, rephrased a little bit. I mean, we'll maintain everything that's in here and maintain the sentiments and the values and all of that, but we will do some editing and some modification based on your comments and conversations. We'll bring those back for you next month. And then from there, we'll move into the future land use discussion. So if you have a copy of your old plan, I would look at the future land use map that's in there that shows how the city over time should be developed long-term. So there's various, residential densities in there, and there's a couple, 3 different mixed-use districts in there. I have a lot of thoughts just based on working as the city's planner for the last 10 years of a bunch of things in there that we need to modify and make that more usable for
Will you send a digital copy to us?
Yes, absolutely. I'll send that out tomorrow morning to you guys. Take a look at it, study up on it a little bit, and we'll get into that next meeting as well, after we go through sort of the first of these.
Okay.
Great.
All right. That is all I have for
We're
you.
gonna pass those down.
Andy, I'll clean up my notes to make them more legible and then I'll email it off to you tomorrow.
And there is no new business. So we'll move on to staff report, Sue.
I have nothing further.
Okay.
I'm good.
I'm good.
Keep us? Okay.
I'm good.
And pretty good, Andy?
I have nothing further.
Nothing further? Commissioner remarks? Anything? No concerns, comments?
A lot of concerns.
No.
We're okay.
Nothing?
Nothing.
I will entertain a motion to adjourn then.
I'll put the motion in.
Our support. All in favor say aye.
Hi.
We stand adjourned.